Ant versus worm. The legendary ants take on the legendary worm. In this episode of Down on All Fours, here in the grass, in one corner of Kodaikanal, the ants found a worm and now are taking it back to their home, a nest which is just 15 inches away. And it just takes two ants to take this poor helpless worm back to their nest. It will make a fine meal for their queen or for the other worker ants over sharp blades of grass, ignoring the beautiful dewdrops that hang overhead like bulbs. The ants make their way, taking their precious treasure back to their nest. But the worm, on the last 5 inches, seems to be putting up a struggle, and quite a struggle. Oh, yes, it seems to have anchored itself with some kind of mucus or its tail. And there are three ants right now who are trying to pull the worm out. Yes, and there are reinforcements approaching. Come, come, help us. The ants seem to be calling and out of the grass and maybe from the nest. The ants are scrambling out and saying, "Oh, what a lovely meal this will make. Let us help. Come along, give us a hand." Now there are four of them, and now a fifth joins them. Oh, yes, but the worm has anchored itself strongly on a blade of glass and won't let go. And there's one more ant which is now looking and saying, "How can I find a place from which I can help my friends?" And there joins, and now there are six ants and one worm. Doesn't seem very fair. And there's a seventh ant that seems to be joining in, and the balance is broken, but yet the worm is holding on strong. Yes, it won't let go. It has anchored itself strongly, putting all its strength into this last, final part of its journey. Yes, will its journey end in the ant nest, or will it be able to go back to its friends? The worm won't give up so easily. It seems to be fighting for its life. It's wriggling over there and trying to get loose from the ants. The ants seem to be struggling too. Seven ants. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. Yes, and now they're pulling, and I think they've gone to get some smart ant and saying, "Come, we have a problem, we need help." Yes, and they're pulling and they're stretching, and the worm won't let go. It's it's anchored and tight. You can see the grass, blade of grass also moving along with the worm, but the worm is not going to let go. It's holding on for dear life, so to speak. And more ants have come. They all seem to be milling around. And one of the ants seems to be smarter than the rest. It has attacked and seems to be nibbling away at the cord that is anchoring the worm to the blade of grass. Oh yes, but it seems tougher. It's not doesn't seem like something very simple. It looks very tough. And it seems to be nibbling away at that cord, thinking of a new strategy. Will it succeed? Will the worm be able to hold on? It is strong. Oh, what? It's free. The ants have nibbled away and they have freed the worm, and now the worm has lost the battle. And the ants take the worm back to their nest, which was just 5 inches away. Oh, yes, what a struggle. And the worm almost seemed to have won, but the ants triumphed in the end.